Using sustainable energy sources to meet future energy needs. The term sustainable energy refers to any kind of renewable energy source that is used or stored for future use. Sustainability is defined as the degree to which something is maintained or improved with regard to conditions or circumstances existing at a particular time. Sustainable energy can be either generated or used in an efficient manner to satisfy future demands. Sustainable energy is generated and used in a manner that it is able to meet the present needs of human beings without jeopardizing the capability of future generations to fulfill their needs. Some examples of sustainable energy sources include water, wind, solar power, geothermal and nuclear. All renewable energy sources are sustainable when it is harnessed at its source and used to meet present and future demand. In some cases, a renewable resource is considered sustainable when it can be further developed without causing environmental harm to present and future generations. How does one determine if sustainable energy is the best option? In general, there are two types of criteria that one should consider when selecting sustainable energy sources. First, the resource must be able to provide the same amount of energy that we currently use for our basic needs. Second, the source must be able to supply enough energy to meet the needs for current and future generations. This is particularly important in cases where there is an existing crisis related to the depletion of fossil fuels, which has caused a rise in global fuel prices. The three sustainable energy sources mentioned above are the only types of renewable energy sources that are able to supply a sufficient amount of energy for all humans. However, all other resources require additional efforts to develop and harness. In contrast, fossil fuels are one of the sustainable energy sources that are already widely used and highly productive. Fossil fuels are a finite resource, which means that they will eventually run out, though there are ways of prolonging their use. One of these methods is by recycling the waste that comes from petroleum-based products. Other forms of sustainable energy include wind and solar power. The second method of energy, geothermal energy, is one that can provide unlimited energy for all humans. Geothermal energy is derived from the Earth's molten core and it is the perfect source for meeting the energy needs of human beings and future generations. Geothermal energy can be harnessed by creating an electrical current to heat water from the Earth's core. It is also possible to use a natural gasification process to produce steam for heating water, as well as a means of providing power for heating and cooling purposes. Finally, nuclear energy is the third method of sustainable energy that can meet current and future energy demands for the human race. Nuclear energy, which consists of the fusion of two different elements, can be harnessed through the nuclear fission and fusion of hydrogen and deuterium atoms. The result of these processes is a nuclear reaction that creates energy. This form of energy can be stored in the form of a radioactive substance that can be burned for longer periods of time and can be burned more often than the traditional forms of energy. It can also be used to generate electricity. When it comes to choosing sustainable energy sources, a variety of factors should be taken into consideration before deciding which type of energy is best suited for the present and future. The following are just a few examples of considerations that should be taken into consideration when making a choice. If the source of energy will be used primarily in urban areas, then it is necessary to consider the availability and affordability of energy. Furthermore, it is essential to determine how much time and money the consumer has to dedicate to the implementation of sustainable energy. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video for more about alternative energy.